What's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video. Now today we go through how to replace a ball joint. Now don't worry, as painful as that sounds, we mean a ball joint on a car, if there is such a thing as another ball joint. So how do you know it's the ball joint? Well, you've got a knocking noise coming from the front of your car when the suspension travels up and down, and it's a bit of a knocking noise that you think's coming from one side. So here's my dad now showing you how to diagnose that it is indeed the ball joint that's knackered.
You can definitely feel movement there. See if we can get a close up and show you. Right, so I'm going to try and get a good view of the ball joint. See that? You can hear it.
So now you've diagnosed your ball joint, here's my dad showing you what you're going to do and showing you what ball joint you're going to replace.
This is the ball joint we're replacing. To do that, we're going to have to remove this ABS sensor here. We're going to have to undo the hub from the bottom of the shock mount here. We're going to have to remove the brake caliper altogether, and the drive shaft will have to come out. And then we can get it in the vise and knock that ball joint out. Now I've got one to replace it with. So what I've had to do, I've undone the ABS sensor wire there, moved the bracket completely from the bodywork here. So, and it is now disconnected, is the ABS sensor wire. So I'm going to take all the ABS sensor and leave it in situ because it's seized, it will not come out. Caliper removed and supported so there's no stress on the flexi. The drive shaft nuts off. So now all that's left to do is undo these two bolts here, then the hub can slide forward. The shaft will slide back and out, and undo this here, the bottom ball joint nut. Then we can get to this little bugger and get it replaced. So, unfortunately, I couldn't remove the ABS sensor, so I've just disconnected the wires and removed it with the hub. And there's the knackered ball joint, and we'll be replacing that next. Right, so I've got the hub clamped in my vise now. As you can see, there's the ball joint in question that we're going to knock out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the rubber boot off now and see if there's a way I can get a socket on direct to it rather than hitting on top of that. Alright, see if we can get a socket over that now to hit it down. Now we'll give it a little clean up with sandpaper. Make it easier for the new one to go in. That'll do. Go get the new ball joint. So that's the old ball joint that we've just knocked out. New ball joint. As you can see, this one comes, as I said, with a circlip. So now we'll go and install it. Now push the new ball joint in. See if it'll go in with some gentle taps. I'm not going on so easily, so we'll spin it round, do it the right way up. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I've got a socket that'll fit over this side, over the boot. Socket that'll fit that side. I'm hoping to get it in the vise and push it in with the vise now. Position it in the vise, I've got my sockets over, get them aligned, clamp it in nicely, push it in with the vise. Okay, so now I've ended up putting two sockets on top of each other. I came to a stop pushing it in, and it was the shank on the pin that was bottoming out on my deep socket. So now let's see if we can go the final couple of mil. Nice and easy. No bar required. Oh, and that's it, it's bottomed out. Now we can fit the circlip. that's the ball joint installed. I would advise anybody doing it actually removes this rubber boot and the clip. The clip was preventing me from getting that circlipping correctly, and I've ended up bending it, so I've removed it, and it's now secured with a cable tie. I don't know if you can see that there. So that's where we're at. We've got the ball joint installed. Straighten this plate out a little bit. So that's the ball joint fitted and ready to put back onto the car. So we're running out of light now, I hope you can see, but I've got it all ready for fitting, and I'm just going to blather it in copper slip before I start, and then we'll get on with it. So I've got it back installed, put copper slip on the bolts and put them back through the bottom of the leg. So you can see there, I've just lined it up a tiny bit past where it was originally, and I'll crimp it over there. Is to start it up. Pump the brake pedal a few times, make sure the piston's back fully extended, it will be pressed back. Lights on, select gear. And now knocking.